When thinking about class nature during the revolution, Edmund Morgan sums it up by saying the fact that lower ranks were involved in the contest should not obscure the fact that the contest itself was generally a struggle for office and power between members of an upper class, the new against the established. Everywhere one finds inequality. The people of we the people of the United States did not mean Indians or blacks or women or white servants. In fact, there were more indentured servants than ever, and the revolution did nothing to end and little to ameliorate white bondage. No new social class came to power through the door of the American Revolution. The men who engineered the revolt were largely members of the colonial ruling class. Nothing has changed, man. George Washington was the richest man in America. John Hancock was a prosperous Boston merchant. Benjamin Franklin was a wealthy printer, and so on. On the other hand, town mechanics, laborers, and seamen, as well as small farmers, were swept into the people by the rhetoric of the revolution, by the camaraderie of military service, by the distribution of some land, thus created a substantial body of support, a national consensus, something that, even with the exclusion of ignored and oppressed people, could be called America. Oh my God, I'm telling you, genius. Oh, before we move on to the next chapter, let me say, during the revolution to mobilize soldiers, before we move on to the next video, let me just say this. During the revolution to mobilize soldiers, the tenants were promised land, like farmers. The farmers were renting pieces of land, so they were promised land during the revolution. A prominent landowner of Dutchess County wrote in 1777 that a promise to make tenants freeholders would instantly bring you at least 6,000 able farmers to the field, to the war. But the farmers who enlisted in the revolution and expected to get something out of it found that as privates in the army, they received $6.66 a month, while a colonel received $75 a month. They watched local government contractors like Millington Smith and Matthew Patterson become rich, while the pay they received in continental currency became worthless with inflation. Disrespectful.